Hello children, in the earlier class you have learnt about types of flowers and process of pollination, isn't it? What is pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower is called as pollination. And you have learnt how pollination takes place, isn't it? See, pollen grains like small animals and birds and insects like honeybees or butterfly or hummingbirds. So they visit the flower to suck nectar. So nectar is their food, isn't it? So it is a sweet liquid produced in the flower. So they will visit the flower to suck nectar. So while sucking the nectar, these pollen grains will be attached, will stick to their body parts like small hairs or their legs or beak or wings. It will be attached to their body parts. So when they visit another flower, these pollen grains will fall on the stigma of that flower. So pollination takes place, isn't it? Fusion of male and female gamete takes place. So these plays an important role in the transfer of pollen grains. Not only insects and animals, wind and water also play an important role in the transfer of pollen grains. In some of the plants like maize, palm and pine, they bear dry pollen grains, okay? So they are carried through wind, they are transferred through wind to another flower. Here wind plays an important role in transferring the pollen grains. And in some of the plants like Vallisneria is an aquatic plant. Okay, here male flower is submerged under the water. So pollen grains are transferred through water to the female flower. So these are called as agents of pollination. Okay, wind, water, insects and birds. These are called as agents of pollination. Okay, they carry pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the another flower. Hence, they are called as agents of pollination. So, this is what we have learnt in the previous class. Today, let us learn about types of pollination. How pollination takes place, you have already learned. Let us see what are the types of pollination. Okay. So, pollination takes place in two processes. There are two types of pollinations. Let us see what are they. So, types of pollination. There are two types of pollination, that is self-pollination and cross-pollination. Let us see what is self-pollination. See, in this case, what happens is transfer of pollen grains. So, this is anther, okay, this is stigma of the flower, isn't it? So, here in this case, what happens? These pollen grains are transferred to the from anther to the stigma of the same flower, like this, okay, same flower, or pollen grains are transferred from anther to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant, Such pollination is called as self-pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant. Okay, both the flowers are present on the same plant. So here pollination takes place. Such pollination is called as self-pollination. So here these pollen grains are transferred to the stigma of the same flower or they are transferred to the stigma of the another flower, like this. Another flower of the same plant. Okay, such pollination is called as self-pollination. So they do not require any carriers, means agents are not required here, like honeybee, butterfly, hummingbirds, like such carriers are not necessary here. Okay, so this takes place on its own. Pollination takes place on its own. So hence here carriers or agents are not required. Okay, such pollination is called as self-pollination. So some of the plants like tomato, beans, pepper, peanuts, orchids, peas, wheat, rice. All these are examples of self-pollination. So in these plants, pollination takes place on its own. Okay, they do not require any carriers. Okay, such pollination is called as self-pollination. So what happens in this case? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant is called as self-pollination. So here you can see these pollen grains are transferred to the same flower or they are transferred to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant. Such pollination is called as self-pollination. So examples of pollination, self-pollination are example, rice, wheat, peas, tomato, pepper, orchids, peanuts, etc. Beans, etc. Okay, these are some common examples of self-pollination. So in this case, pollen grains are transferred from anther to the stigma of the same flower or stigma of the another flower of the same plant. Such pollination is called as self-pollination. So in this case, agents are not required. Okay, like honeybee and small insects are not required. Examples of self-pollination are rice, wheat, peas, tomato, pepper, orchids, peanuts, beans, eggplants, and many more. These are some common examples of self-pollination. Next, let us see what is cross-pollination. Next, let us see second type of pollination, that is cross-pollination. So what is cross-pollination? Here again, transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to the stigma of the flower present on the another plant of the same kind. Okay, here two flowers, they present on the different plant. Same kind of flowers present on the different plants. Okay. Here pollen grains are transferred from anther to the stigma of the flower that is present on the another plant. Such pollination is called as cross-pollination. So this is one plant. Here pollen grains are present here in this anther. This is another plant. So these pollen grains are transferred to the stigma of this flower present on another plant. Both are same kind. Okay. Both are same kind, but pollination takes place in different flowers. Different flowers means flower of the different plant of the same kind. Such pollination is called as cross-pollination. Okay. So here this type of pollination requires agents. So as we have already discussed, the process of pollination. Actually here that process takes place. Okay. These are transferred through agents. Because here from this flower pollen grains need to transfer to another flower of the same kind, but it means it requires agents. So here agents like honeybee, butterfly, hummingbird, then bats. Okay, all these take part. They carry pollen grains from this flower to the another flower. Anther to the another stigma of the another flower. Okay, such pollination is called as cross pollination. Okay, such pollination is called as cross pollination, and for cross pollination agents are required. For self pollination no agents are required, but for cross pollination agents are required. Clear? Self pollination takes place in the same flower or the flower of the same plant, but cross pollination takes place between flowers of different plants of the same kind. Flowers are same, kind is same, type of flower is same, but pollination takes place in between two different plants. Okay, such pollination is called as cross pollination. So examples are apple, grapes, then plum, pear, cucumber, squash, then mustard, pumpkin. Okay, all these are examples of cross pollination. Here pollination takes place between two flowers of two different plants of the same kind. Such pollination is called as cross pollination. So transfer of pollen grains. What is cross pollination? Transfer of pollen grains. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a flower present on another plant. Present on another plant is called cross pollination. Cross pollination. So transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a flower present on another plant of same kind. Okay, another plant of same kind. Another plant of same kind. Same kind. Another plant of same kind is called as cross pollination. So here pollination takes place between two flowers of two different plants of the same kind. So this pollination requires agents. Here agents are required to transfer pollen grain from one flower to the another flower. So this is called as cross pollination. Examples: plants which show cross pollination are apple, plum, pear, cucumber, pumpkin, squash, mustard, marigold, etc. These are some plants which show cross pollination. So this is about types of pollination. So by this your chapter completes. I hope you understood pollination, how pollination takes place, what are the types of pollination, and importance of flower to the plant and parts of a flower. So by this your chapter completes. I hope you understood. Study this chapter, read this chapter twice or thrice, and study difficult words that you come across in this chapter. Thank you.